All right, let's get this started here. Just gotta get myself the chat for YouTube so I can see chat there, and then we can start this madness. But yeah. Sorry guys, I'm just getting the chat set up here, and then we can get started on this. So, to all who's joining right now, welcome, welcome. Let me no, that works. There we go. All right. Get myself situated. But yeah, welcome to the stream, everyone. Am I streaming both on YouTube and Twitch? Yes, I am. Chat will be shown for Twitch on here. I have trouble getting the YouTube chat to get on to this on the stream here. It's a little finicky. At least last time I tried it, so I already have Twitch integrated on it, so just have one chat on. Have I heard the news? Yes, I heard the news. Just before I started streaming. Good stuff. Abandoned Moose 3, thank you for the follow. Any estimate on when the Guardian or when the Clairvoyant comes out? No, have no estimate. I can think of an estimate in my head, but I'm not gonna play that game because I'm terrible at judging on time. The rule of thumb is whatever I estimate, it's like add another 6 months after that. And that's if I start getting more in depth into it and start working pretty consistently on it. What we're doing right now, since I don't really have much of a descriptor, we're doing a little walking loop animation. I already got a lot of it done these past couple days, so we're just kind of finishing up and coloring it. It's probably going to be a little bit of a shorter stream, but I got one more person that I have to animate and then do coloring and stuff. So yeah, this is just going to be a chill stream, some good vibes, good music playing, and just hunkering down. So anyways, the way I'm animating this is interesting because I'm going to be segmenting. I'm going to be doing her head first, and then I'm going to be doing the rest of the body afterwards. But by doing her head, I can focus on doing the hair movement, the subtle hair movements. I can focus on that a little bit more. And yeah. Let's continue this. Yeah. So how's everyone doing this fine Saturday, whatever time zone you're in? For me, it's almost midday. Zippy Twins, thanks for the follow. I've given you motivation. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, this first part here is going to be a lot of tracing, because there's nothing much different in the look right now, but there's going to be some slight hair adjustments. So, apologize, this first part's going to be kind of boring. But in the meantime, we can just chat away. I'll do my best to keep on tabs with chat, but don't want to get too distracted or else I end up not getting anything done. What do I use to animate? Adobe Animate. Yes. Let's see if I can get a little bit more comfortable here. Hopefully my face rig will still be working here. Technically, it's definitely no, unless you do pirating. You have to do a subscription service for Adobe Animate. I think it's like 30 or 40 bucks. That's what I have to pay at least. That's my opinion on the Star Wars trilogy. Doesn't seem like a relevant question nowadays. I mean, it was alright, I guess. Definitely liked the first one a lot. Force Awakens was my favorite. And I'm not sure if it's because I like the movie itself or it's because my family's a huge fan of Star Wars and being able to go with them to see it in theaters and cheering when the main soundtrack or the intro sequence plays in Star Wars. It was a very memorable and lovely moment of my life. The movie was fine. I was really into it. definitely wasn't into the second one. I was kind of into the third one. Everyone hates on it. And I see why. It's kind of written terribly, but it was only one of the few Star Wars movies my wife actually liked. She doesn't like Star Wars at all, and she actually liked it. So I'm like, well, if she likes it, then I like it too. Because it's like, she actually got into the characters and stuff, so I was kind of excited for that, because to share at least some interest in some franchise is nice. Though the more as time goes on, you start realizing that the movie was really not that great. All the things they could have done to fix it. This is why when you make something, you make a story, you have the beginning, middle, and end already made up, and not just handing it off to the next director to see how they're gonna fix it or how they're gonna change it. But enough of that, I guess. Alright, there we go. So what we're doing right now, I'm just getting her hair movements down. So, a little bounce in the hair, but now we're gonna do it as climb up. So, what we're gonna do here is take this one and do exactly that. Nothing too crazy, just subtle. Because they're just going for a stroll, it's nothing too crazy. Son of a gun. What's my taste in music? Nothing specific, just my taste is in a lot of many genres. Oh yeah, the onion skinning I'm using is two different colors. The purple is the previous frame and green is the frame ahead of it. I know there's a setting to change it, but that's how it is, so. I apologize when we get into a little bit of the in-between phase, because that'll be a little bit disorienting with all the onion skinning. Well, that was weird. I guess I disconnected for a second. Anyways. I know that Roomba's is running. Ooh, whoops. I know that Roomba's running outside my room. And I was kind of concerned that it bumped into the cord for the router. That would be depressing. I don't know. My internet's weird. It's kind of one of the reasons why I don't stream as much as I do, because I get concerned that at any moment it's just gonna just fizzle out or something. And I don't know if it's because I need to be in a wired connection or wireless. I mean, I'm not sure. I think next time I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna actually set up my power line adapter to my computer instead of my PlayStation. How much time do you spend on one frame? 64 bits animation. Hey, thanks for the raid of 9 people. Holy cow. I really appreciate it. That's awesome. How am I doing? I'm doing alright. Just doing some finishing up on this walk cycle. And yeah, hopefully maybe try to look into some Clairvoyant related stuff after that, depending on what the time is. Since I'm only animating one person right now, I feel like relatively after this and then coloring, it won't take long to finish this, but we never know. For all I know, this is going to take all day. Back to the one thing though, it's, how much time do you spend on one frame? It really depends on the frame, and it depends on how my mood is. Sometimes I will get hyper focus on a certain frame, and I'll get super detailed of it, only to realize it's an in-between, and it was really no point. I'm kind of leaning on that right now with this. Don't really need to try to get super in detail of it, but since it's the face, I feel like eyes get drawn to the face more, so you kind of notice a little bit less quality if you're just kind of scrub through it quick. So I'm kind of focusing super on the face for now, and then when I do the rest of the body, it won't be as detailed. Is Clairvoyant like a 90-minute movie or a short 10 to 20 minutes? It is definitely not a 90-minute movie. It might have been if I had money and resources to do so. But at the same time, that's a lot of work. No, it's gonna be about 20 minutes. I haven't made an announcement on it yet, but I was gonna post on YouTube about it, but I was planning on making it a, what's it called? I was planning on making it a one full single animation, but just the fact of how that's going and how I've got most of it, I've had it mostly storyboarded since like August, but I couldn't figure out a good ending for it, or I just kept changing my mind on things because I kept running into issues with timing. I decided screw it, and I'm gonna divide it up into 2 parts, because that way I have a little bit more space for the second part to end it on the way that I want it to, give a little bit more in depth on the story, I guess, and give it a little bit more time to breathe in that, and then I can just, you know, start on the first part and just start working on that. So, whoa. That was weird. There we go. Maybe change the hair. Okay, it's a little bit better. So let's see here. It's a little bit. PS5 or Xbox Series X? PC. That's where my friends are. I have no friends in the console world. Oh geez. Sorry about that. My face rig is losing tracking. I really have a janky system for this. I have a barely working camera to work on the face tracking on a box because my tripod's too tall when I do art streams. Because when I do art streams, my head looks down all the time at my tablet. So the face tracking never works. So I had to put it on a little box to make it a little bit more even to my face so it's less tilted. Anyways. You know what? Let's change that hair. I don't think the ponytail's gonna bounce that high. It looks silly. A little bit better. Okay. Now, figure out this. Okay. So that'd be a little bit higher. So it'll be this one. Okay. Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. Okay, so then hope I'm having a good stream. Thanks, thanks 64 bits. I still appreciate the raid. Appreciate all the people here, all the people who just joined, or joined like 15 minutes ago. Welcome. Love the doggo. Thanks. It was kind of difficult to animate four-legged creatures, but I learned something when I did it, so that's nice. But yeah, anyways, thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you in the future. What is my work? Animator? No. I'm a baker. I break breads. Let's see, this is me. This is my loaf of bread that I made. Anyways, back to this. Just get this out of here so you can see a bit better. Zoom in again. More tracing, everyone! That's what everyone wants, right? And here I just want to say I love your work and you've inspired me so much. I hope you have a good day and please stay safe. Well, thank you. You too. It's a crazy, nasty world out there. Everyone stay safe and wear a mask. We'll see you later, Executor Mark 306. Thanks for stopping by. Is this a present for my wife? Well, kinda, sorta. It was supposed to be an anniversary gift in September, but I did my usual thing and didn't finish it. So I feel really bad about it, but I still was able to get her something. I was able to finish at least one frame and make an image out of it. And I said, well, I was planning to make this an animation, but I mismanaged my time again. And then it's just been kind of on the back burner for a while. It's one of those things, you don't have that momentum. It's really hard to get back into it. Especially when you hit a rut or something of that caliber. Tracing frames is good, but I'm trying to get myself, I mean, this is a bad example because I'm doing it right now, but I'm trying to get myself to not rely on it so much. Because then your animations become rigid. However, for this specifically, it's an exception because nothing is moving with these heads. I'm just keeping them kind of static, and I'm also just tracing over frames already because it's a loop, so nothing changes from the get-go around. If anything, I could just take this head and then put it over on the next frame, but then it won't look as nice. How do you plan to continue the Guardian series? I plan by trying not to procrastinate. The hardest part about this animation specifically was making sure that everything was kind of aligned but also misaligned at the same time. If that makes sense. It's been 6 years. What a journey. It's more like, not really a journey, but more like a hibernation. Haven't really progressed anywhere. But I appreciate the sentiment. Wait, the emojis pop up on screen? Yeah, if you're in Twitch chat and you use emojis, they'll fly up and disrupt the order of things. Hey, look, it's Poggers. Gotta like focus on the pupils even more too. Like they start growing and shrinking, then it looks weird when you play it back. But no, what I was saying before with this walk cycle is it's 3 separate walk cycles that are working in a different angle, or not angle, but they're going at their own pace, and having to try to put that all together without it looking janky and with the timing of the frames work well so it can go on a loop was really difficult, especially with the dog. It's hard to kind of explain, but trying to fit enough frames so the dog finishes his cycle of the walk in junction with the walk of the people is really difficult, because the walk cycle for the dog was a much faster. He was trotting much faster than the people, so he'd finish his cycle before then. And what you want to do is to finish the cycle so it can just keep looping, so there's no like trail off, I guess. I might be spouting gibberish here, but it was just really difficult to get the timing right for it. And still, I don't think I did it 100%, but it's serviceable at best. And as much as I like animating, I don't like to stay on one thing for too long, especially something like this, when it's just supposed to be a silly loop. I mean, at what point do you learn something from it, or do you just bang your head on the wall until you figure out the solution? So in the Guardian animation, there's lots of beams of light. And do you plan doing a story for all of them? Generally speaking, yes. But, oh, thanks for the follow, Sakura Spirit. Honestly though, it's been so long since that last animation, it might be retconned. Because I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, so when's the next Guardian-related animation coming out? Oof. I do not know. I don't think I'll ever know until I actually get far enough in it. Jeez. Get rid of that. And now we do an in-between. Nothing too difficult. But more tracing! Ain't this fun, boys and girls? I'm having such a good time doing this. Why do I look sad in my art? Because I'm sad and I'm tired. That's usually it. Also, my eye shape in real life. Maybe I'm projecting on that, but I always kind of look tired. Do I understand Russian? I do not. I am what you call a stupid American. Am I in depression? That's a good question. Am I in depression? What does it mean to be inside depression? No, I'm just kidding. I don't know, maybe. My psychiatrist a year or two ago said that I was mildly depressed, but to a certain extent, I feel like everyone can be mildly depressed. I feel like at this point right now, I'm comfortable. If that makes sense. Goodness gracious. There we go. It's a little bit wiggly, but at this point, we need to get this done. Oh, my face tracking got lost. I was so deep into my tablet. How is my health, you ask? I'm in pretty decent shape. I'm way better than I used to be, at least. Now that I don't work a night shift at my bakery. I used to work overnights, and my sleep was not great. Kind of like why I designed this character the way he is, the bags and stuff. That was during the time I was working night shifts, because that's how I felt. But I've been since then put into days for at least not forever, but for an what's it called, undetermined amount of time, and it's way better for my health. I'm getting older, so I don't stay up as much. So, luckily for me, I can fall asleep pretty easily. During a day shift, at least. Excuse me. Cough, boomer, cough. I am not a boomer. I am the next step in the boomer. I'm a millennial. How old am I? It's kind of a personable question. I'm approaching my 30s. That's all I can say. I'm sure you'll find out anyways. No, I'm 27. That's my age. God, I did it again. I'm losing tracking because I looked down too far. Sorry about that. Okay, that's good. Sounds kind of stupid, but hey, there we go. We did the head. For now. There's still a couple in-betweens that I have to do. Wait a second. Turn off these guys so we can actually look at this for a second. I need to observe what's going on here. Hello, is that guy in the animation me? You know my face reveal. The resemblance is uncanny. It's not really my face though. As you can tell, it is a drawing, not a picture. So Also, I can't grow that much facial hair, sadly. One can dream. See you later, Combat Seeker. Thank you for joining in. Alright, let's see here. Gotta turn this off because I gotta start. I actually might need to do this too. So if I were to do this, move this up to the top here, see over here, this down here, because I have this. So it's kind of hard to explain, but every character is kind of looping in a different interval. So this guy, he's stepping down while she's reaching out. Like they're not unisonly marching together. It's kind of paused off, or it's kind of tapered off a bit, so it looks a little bit more realistic. The problem with that though is I had to add some in-betweens in the mix, so I have to move some frames around to get it accurately portraying, because there's a big pause before this bit, and I need to change that. Why am I hiding under that mask? Because of COVID. Don't want to get sick. Also, I like gas masks. What of it? Which is kind of ironic because they don't help at all preventing COVID. They're not designed to prevent COVID. I went to the airport the other day, which sounds really bad, but besides that, I was heading home, and this guy had a gas mask on, like a full-on hazmat face mask with like a face shield and everything. And he taped a medical mask, just like a normal mask, that disposable one, and he taped that over the air vent part where the air blows out of your mouth, right in the center of the mask itself. Because that's the problem with gas masks, is when you breathe outward, it's supposed to prevent stuff coming in, but breathing outward, you still are breathing outward. It's got holes and whatnot to, to vent outward, so that's why it's not really designed well for COVID. But he put like an actual mask over that part to prevent that. And I just sat there and thought to myself, like, if you're smart enough to know that this isn't, useful, and you had to patch the hole for it, why not just use a normal mask? Like, why not just use a cloth mask and not have a gas mask? It was really weird. Guessing it was just more of just the fashion thing, like, oh, I get to wear a gas mask is an excuse, but it was really odd. Wait, is he stopping Guardian? Oh, yes. I am definitely stopping the Guardian. Until tomorrow. Ha! Got you guys. Do I speak any other languages? No. Only English. I'm not smart. So what we're going to do here... Yes, that's what we're going to do. Crud. So what we're going to do here is... Oh, we gotta move frames over. That's what we gotta do. We gotta move this all over one. So we're gonna just gotta move this over one space. And then move this guy over here. I'm doing some timeline stuff which you guys can't see, but because then okay. Looking decent. It's glitching. Pink and green. That's odd. Where did I get my name from? From... Where did I get it from? Oh crud. I did a whoopsie. Alright, I'm sorry guys. I'm kind of trailing off here. I am thinking I gotta reorder these stinking frames. Did you lose motivation or something with the Guardian? Kinda, sorta. So what we're doing here is I gotta do an in-between. I guess I gotta first do the actual animation first, so sorry about that. 1 second. Okay. I know what I must do. First, we will grab this head, put it up just a little bit. And then, gonna have that up. Oh, guys, my brain. My brain does not want to work today. Just looking at the frames, I'm just like, oh god, it's information overload. Let's just start with the legs. Let's just get these legs done, so then I can have some semblance, some bearing of what's happening here. Oops. that a little bit higher. We could probably do the body too. Good idea, dragons. Let's just save it now. I have autosave on this, but sometimes that can be catastrophic. You see, I dug myself a hole here. And I'm just kind of winging it with the line art. Which is generally a frowned upon thing. I mean, some artists can really deal with it really easy. But for me, with doo-doo brain, I will lose track of what I need to do because I don't have so much of a framework anymore. And I had to change a bunch of things halfway through doing the fine lines on the other characters. So now adapting to that structure for this is kind of difficult. And I hope I'm doing it right. I guess I won't know until I painstakingly draw this frame and finish it in its entirety to see if I actually did good on it. So to liven up the conversation here, what's everyone's plans for Thanksgiving? Probably staying in because of COVID. There we go. Going back home to the fan. By the way, Clairvoyant stuff later. Yeah, nothing any fancy, like nothing fancy announcements or anything. Just saying if I have time left in the day and I didn't you know, spend this whole day banging my head against a wall trying to get this done. Then I said possibly I'd be doing more storyboard stuff. Anyways, let's see here. Move that up a bit. There we go. And then with this, there we go. That looks all right. All right, now we can do like legs finally. Oh my god, he's doing something other than tracing. That's so crazy. That's so weird. Have I done a storyboard stream? No. I haven't, because I don't know what I'm doing. And I don't want to reflect that on stream because then people will be like, oh, here's a suggestion. And as much as I like hearing your guys' suggestions, I'm just not really open to doing that. And then it'll just be harder for me to even think about something. How I do the webcam thing? Well, you got to get a Live 2D model. Live 2D, one word. It's a program that can rig images to look in a 3D environment. So, and then you got to rig it, and then you got to put it in a program that does a face tracking technology. Like for me, I'm using PRPR Live, but there's also Face Rig and a couple other places too. And then you need a webcam, and that's it. Yeah, people will suggest things regardless, but it just be like, if I know what I'm doing mostly, then it'll be a little bit easier. So it's like, oh yeah. Versus me just sitting in front of a screen or sitting down staring at a blank canvas being like, what comes next? Be very boring. Versus like, you know what you want to make, but you need to figure out how to portray that on screen. That's my problem. I gotta figure out what I want first before I can move on. Alright. Cool, let's see it. Let's see it. Now we step down, so that's the next frame we're going to be doing. We're just going to go along the track here and keep working. We got 7 or 8 more images to do, I think. And then after that, we have to animate a silly little rope because the dog's on a leash. So I gotta do that. That's gonna be a lot quicker though. It's just a rope. So, and then we gotta do color, and color won't be too difficult. The only thing I will be a little concerned on is the color of the pooch himself, because he is a German Shepherd, or that's the best German Shepherd I could really draw, but he is a German Shepherd, and he's got a lot of different colorations and stuff. He's got, you know, black snout and a lot of colorations, white tip tail. So I'd have to probably, you know, I'll have to do a lot of animation on that for just the shading, essentially, on the different patterns of his face. Cedric says, I don't know what to say now. That's pretty much me 90% of the time I'm streaming. I don't really have much interesting things to say other than what I'm working on, and that's, you know, an acquired taste. Alright, let's continue this. So we're doing the step down now. Okay. Get rid of the dog, get rid of this. Okay. Let's first, oops, just turn this on. Alright. Another thing that I have to take note of too is I made them hold hands, and since they're walking at a different pace, it's not as unison, so the hand will go up while her arm's going down. So I gotta like pay attention to that and make sure it matches up right. It's the only thing I kind of don't like about this animation. I kind of made these arms really static. I didn't want any swinging or anything because it would be really complicated with the mismatch. But at the same time, because of that, it looks a little bit more static than I'd like. But I don't know. I'm so far in it anyways. So much stuff. Anyways. So then we just have to now I know what I must do. Zoom in. You know what, actually? Sounds random. I apologize. But if this is going up too... Yeah, this one. So if we were to move this guy over here, that'll make things a little bit more easy for us because it's... Yeah, we'll do that. We're actually going to do this frame first because we can trace this one and... Sorry, I'm just blabbering. We'll actually get to drawing here. Kind of like that. Okay. Wait a second. I screwed up. I picked the wrong frame. Oopsies. We want this one. Oopsie poopsies. My bad. I was wondering why it was looking weird. Because I'm an idiot. Okay. So now we got this good. Because this is up, Same angle as before. Okay. Zoom in, please. There we go. This is good. I can just do all of this. I can trace it. I'm cheating, guys. Look at me, I'm cheating. Just kidding, I'm not fully tracing it. I gotta do some other stuff with it first. Do you know a site that's good for posting comics? I do not know, but I would like to know, because I would like to make a comic eventually. Narrow English is my third language. What is my second language? My second language is the language of farts. I do not know a second language. Art is my second language. So, hopefully people are entertained with this. It's definitely a slog, but I am trying my best to go as fast as I can without losing any quality. Sometimes that's difficult though. And hopefully my title on this thing doesn't debate people. They're just here to see the clairvoyant stuff. That if you're there, if you're here for that, it won't be for a while. Just to put it bluntly. I am nowhere near close to done to this with this animation, so god dang, I keep losing the tracking. I should tilt it this way a bit more, because I'm tilting my head too far this way, and then it loses the tracking. Have I played Among Us yet? Yes, I actually tried doing a stream on YouTube for it a couple weeks ago. However, my internet just decided no, that was not going to happen. So I was dropping frames like crazy, and I ended up ending the stream 20 minutes in because it was just so glitchy. It was quite embarrassing on my part. I haven't played it since though. Don't have enough friends for that. Or, beg my pardon. Don't have enough friends that are interested. There we go. So much more I have to do. Crud, I just realized I missed a shoe. Oh yeah, you're right. Who needs friends when you have 375,000 subscribers? Should put a large asterisk by that though. 375,000 subscribers to essentially a dead channel. Where the algorithm will not be kind to me for the lack of videos. So even if I somehow had the Guardian or another Guardian animation made and released tomorrow, probably only 10% of those subscribers would actually know, or let alone be able to, or let alone care to view it. Okay, that's good. Now we can do this part, the step down. Arrow buddy, I check your channel every week. Please stop. I don't want to cause more pain. Just let me go, Rose. Let me go. So if I do this, actually no, we won't do that yet. We'll just keep following this then. I will never let you go. Well, I appreciate your blind faith in me. Am I a dog lover or a cat lover? I'm a both lover. I love both dogs and cats. And I understand their strengths and weaknesses. I understand how they both operate, so I can appreciate them and how they are. I grew up in a family who hated cats. My dad was deathly allergic, and my mom just despised them. Never grew up with any cats in the household. And the only cats that I ever experienced were barn cats from my cousins. And they were mean. So growing up, I thought cats were terrible. I hated everything about them. That they were gross, that they peed everywhere, and they had claws, and they were just mean. Until I found, me and my wife found a stray cat outside the in-laws' house, and we decided to take him in, and we had him for about 5 years, and it was extraordinary. He was such a kind cat. It was kind of hard to believe that he was a stray, and he was, living out there and still friendly to people. He was a very, very, very good cat. Fortunately, he passed away a couple months ago, actually. It was really, really tragic. And that's when I knew I was a cat lover, when I was so heartbroken that he passed away. I was like, cats are pretty cool. So yeah. Sad times indeed. Will I ever get another cat though? I'm not sure. I do enjoy cats, and I do enjoy their company. But the only thing I don't like about cats that I still have troubles with is the smell of kitty litter and, you know, cat pee and stuff. Like, that will instantly, even if it's not that strong, will instantly make me want to, like, puke. And, yeah. Don't know if I could mentally get myself to have another cat, you know, unless I knew for sure that cat was very well potty trained. Because our cat, even though he was really great, he had some pee problems. He had the urinary tract infection, which ended up being his demise. But yeah, they're just the smell of cat pee everywhere. It's not a fun thing. And it's, you know, it's not too difficult to get the smell out. You know, there's ways of, you know, fixing that and dealing with it, but just having to deal with it is a lot on its own. Still love cats though. There's a stray cat that's around the neighborhood that I try to feed, but he won't. He or she, yeah, she won't. She won't come near me, which is fine. But yeah, it's just this black and white cat, this calico cat. Her ears are nubbed off, and it's kind of sad. Probably got frozen off in the winter. Looks like an older cat. Just roams around the neighborhood every now and then. See her in the backyard and stuff. I have my 30 most loyal viewers and subscribers watching this. I appreciate it. It's a difficult thing because unless I'm doing an announcement stream of the Clairvoyant or something, nobody will want to chime in. But then when people do chime in for animation related stuff, they realize that it's kind of boring watching me draw lines over and over again. So then they check out pretty quickly. However, if I do Let's Plays or I do like gaming stuff, people won't chime in because it's not animation and it's not related to what I do on my channel. So it's like either way I can't win. But I think the biggest thing is just consistency. Start doing this more often, then more people will come. Let's do this arm quick. And then I gotta edit the forearm in a way that will work with the hand over here so it matches up. Set everything in the ideal. I'll do the neck here in just a second. Okay. Alright, now for the legs. The worst thing about this too is I can't really see the progress until it's like fully done. So it's like I could be doing work in this for hours and hours, and then I'll actually finish and play it, and then I'll just look at it and be like, this looks like crap. But that's kind of my fault. I didn't really structure the lines well enough. I should have had this animation portion figured out before I started doing the clean lines. There we go. There we go. Good enough. All right. Now we do this one. Again, we say, into the abyss of another frame. Shoot, I got the chat all messed up for a second here. Let's fix that. There we go. know what? Let's change the music layout here. I think we can do chill. Why don't we do some chill? Make sure it isn't lyrics. Okay. Yeah, get something a little bit calmer. Make it a little bit sleepier so people can pass out. Now, if we had some like chill jazz, that'd be pretty nice. I have a pretty nice playlist that I work with on Spotify. However, that that could be a problem because it's copyright. But with the wonderful app of Pretzel, I can have a music playing that isn't copyrighted, so I don't get banned. Yeesh. Welcome back, dragons. God dang. I can't get this face rig to work. It keeps losing tracking on me. What do I make myself into a 3D character? Is that what are you asking about this model? It's technically not 3D. It's all 2D. It's just a 2D image that warps to look like it's 3D. But yeah, I use the program Live 2D. See you later, Neo dear. Thank you for stopping by. Coming back with some snacks. What should you bring? You said Oreos. That sounds good. Oreos and milk is always delicious. Always love some Oreos and milk. Sorry I was messing with my headset. When I wear my headset for too long, it starts to hurt the top of my head because I have such a big head. Most headsets don't fit me, which is unfortunate. Okay. Now we'll do... Alright, I think we're getting closer. Kind of can see the movement in there now. Just a wee bit, at least. So we will do this next part. Actually, we'll do this one. I might have did something wrong here, but I'm not entirely sure until we get closer to be done, but nothing too bad. I might just have to redo some things. All right. So this is the fun part. I can do an in-between for this by doing this. We'll go boop. Possibly. There we go. Just curious, I want to start drawing more and have been wanting a tablet with a screen to do so. What would you recommend getting for starters? If you want one with a screen, you'll probably just have to do like what I have is the Wacom Cintiq, the Cintiq line. It's one of those things where I don't know if I can definitely recommend, because I've been hearing a lot of problems from a lot of people with Wacom. But personally, I haven't had any problems with Wacom tablets. The only time I had a problem was my Cintiq 13 HD wasn't working. It wasn't like debilitating, but it would glitch out, and it would actually cause, it was really weird. It actually would cause my flash to crash constantly, which I can't wrap my head around how a peripheral, like an actual screen, could cause a program to crash, because it's not like related to the program, but apparently it would just cause the program to overload. I was suspicious, but again, it was so far-fetched I didn't know if I didn't think it was actually true until I went on a whim and said, you know what, screw it. This tablet's really old. It was like 6 years old at that point, and I bought a new one, a new Wacom Cintiq, and my problems were immediately resolved. So, other than that, though, from an old tablet from old age stopped working, I've had no problems with Wacom. But that's to say that might not be the same for you. I've know a lot of people who've had really big problems with Wacom tablets. I heard the Huon. I don't remember how that's spelled, but Huon I've heard is pretty decent. But yeah, it all depends on how much you want to spend too. Because screen tablets are expensive. God dang it. Face tracking. Track my face, please. This is kind of maddening to look at, and I apologize. But yeah, I'm doing the in-betweens, so it's just drawing between the lines. Might as well head out now. Alright, Cedric, thank you for staying for so long. I really do appreciate it. Keeping the chat lively. We hope to see you again in the future. That might help a bit. I opened up my shades so my camera can see my pretty face a bit better. Hopefully that'll fix some tracking problems. Hello Kawaii Kitty, welcome to the stream. Just watching a stream, wonder why I came up and recommended looking through your channel and saw you made the Guardian Explorer. Yes, it was a very long time ago. Endless Fury 07, thank you for the follow. Endless Fury 07, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it, good sir. Thank you for your support. Doing the in-betweens, boys and girls. seen other stream with the tracking things for their face. How is that done? It's done through there's a lot of different ways you can go about it, but I used a program called Live 2D to take a drawing. What it does is it like rigs a drawing like it's a 3D image, and then you warp the image around to in the way with the certain head tilts to simulate it to be in 3D. So it's kind of a bit of work. You have to look up some videos and learn the program itself. But it didn't take too long for me to figure out the program and tweak the image that I made, which was this. And then I rigged it up, and then you got to have another software. Whether it's there's a couple ones, but like look for face tracking software. There's Face Rig. I'm using PR Live specifically for this one. But and yeah, I just have a webcam. So I'm sure you could find artists out there that can commission you for it. If the program seems too daunting, that is. How long does it usually take to animate? That's a very loaded question. It really depends on the context and what you're doing. Is that everything though? Did I do it? Let's turn it off for just a second. It's looking pretty good. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. The wife is wondering if I can go on a walk to the dog park soon, which is pretty much what I'm animating right now. Have a live version of this, except having probably a jacket on, but anywho. Well, thanks for joining in, Astra Player. All right. Don't go. Yeah, it will, if anything, I'm just gonna hold off on the coloring for the stream, because that's still gonna be a doozy. I'll finish this up. I'll show you guys some things for the Guardian. If you were in the last time I was streaming, I showed a bit of stuff. That is not, nothing has really changed. I haven't been able to work much on it, but I can explain what I'm figuring out so far. So, I'll show a little brief thing of that, and then we'll be heading out for the day. I might be on a bit later, but I probably won't be streaming art. I'll probably be playing a game of sorts. Because it's Saturday night. Play some video games. But yeah. We'll get this squared away as soon as I can. Again, I won't be leaving soon. I won't be leaving right away. It'll probably be another hour or so. So it's only been 2 hours. Jeez, we're making good time, I think. Nara, can you draw a friend for me? Fortunately, I will not do that. Maybe in the future if I do a request stream where I draw people's requests, but not today. All right. Hey, Angel, see, you're just saying. Oh, yeah. You can't tell, but I'm stretching right now. something very calming about doing in-betweens. Just drawing between two lines. Some chill music in the background. Your heart rate slows just a tish. It's a good feeling. See you later, Kawaii Kitty. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for stopping by, Billy. I appreciate you hanging around as long as you did. Well, thank you, Nani. I appreciate the support. The program I use is Adobe Animate. That is what I use. Genius to have your face rig without a mouth. Yeah, partially it was that, but also another part was I just didn't. That was the most complicated part of setting it up on Live 2D, and I just didn't want to deal with it. So I was like, well, I like the gas mask anyways. Have a cool little effect with the lights when I talk, so let's do it like that. Turned out much better than I anticipated, and I don't think I'll ever take the mask off. It's pretty cool. And also, I just like how I was able to change, like, tilt the mask to make it look like it's 3D. Turned out pretty swell, I think. Anyways. Whoops, didn't mean to tilt it. Enhance. Oh, that's cool. The Guardian video inspired you to learn violin. That's really neat. When I made that animation, I wanted to learn violin, and I bought myself a violin, but I didn't have the commitment to go through with it. It was mostly just a harsh realization with violin. You have to, you have to have good posture and stuff, and I feel like I can't, have fun playing it when I'm so stiff. Versus like a guitar or something, you can sit back and relax. Violin, it's like you have to stand up straight, get all the posture done, and play like that. And I do really want to try it out again. It's still hiding in my closet. I have to get new strings and stuff for it, but I feel like I would enjoy it if I learned again, or if I tried to learn. Cool, now one more in between. Huzzah! Fun stuff, right? Yes, it was Lindsay Sterling, an amazing artist. This one's going to be probably the hardest in between yet because of how close the lines are. It's going to be harder to fit them right in between. Learning an instrument is a fun thing to do. I guess it's very therapeutic, I think. I think we need to move this up just a tish. Or even... Screw it. I'm redoing this head because it's not tilting right. Doing in-betweens for this frame anyway, so... Oh, crud, I might have to do an in-between for this, too. I guess not too bad, I just have to change the hair. That's the main problem. No worries. I can fix that up. It's supposed to be a little bit easy, but it's like, it's a little janky, so I gotta fix that. $33. Is that the view count? Is that what you're saying? 33 viewers? I consider that a lot. Well, trust me, Null Snaggle. Once you're in here for a good 15 minutes, you'll realize why it's 33 viewers. I'm not entirely an entertaining person on camera. It's looking good so far. When's the Guardian 3? Oh, I didn't know there was a Guardian 2. Well, if the Explorer was the Guardian 2, then the intro to the Clairvoyant was the Guardian 3. So, it's already out. What are the other colors? In the end of the Explorer? I don't know yet. I've played around with ideas, definitely. If you follow me on Twitter, that's where I post most of my art. I've done designs for certain characters. But honestly, I don't have anything set in stone. Is the walking loop going well? It's going alright. Slow as molasses, but it's going. Oh, jeez. I just have this in between to do, and then one more thing to fix in another frame, and I should be good in terms of it's turning out pretty well. Goodness gracious. I love your guys' theories. My idea was purple was the beast, red was the warrior, orange was the explorer, blue the clairvoyant, green the guardian. But that was the original plan 7-8 years ago, but you know, plans change sometimes. I might change things. No adventure engineer. That's pretty much the engineer looking guy. The guy that was thinking for that was the explorer himself. That was my idea. Shoot, I forgot her eyelashes. I'm kind of glad that I'm gonna be done here quick because my hands are starting to be all jittery. So it's making it really difficult to try in-betweens. Not gonna lie. Is there any in-between for this? There isn't. I have to go and wing it. Cool. Who is this Gavin Ramsdell? How dare he ask me if I want to play a video game squad? Let me do this. But no, I will, Gavin is a pretty cool guy. He's a good friend of mine, and he streams as well. He hasn't done it recently, but he said he's planning on doing it, and I highly recommend checking him out whenever you can. His username is Mucketeer, like Musketeer, but with Muck, like with a C. But, you know, whenever he does that, I'll probably share it out in the social medias and stuff. But yeah, he's a very entertaining fellow. But no, to answer your question, Gavin, I'm going to walk my dog to the park after I'm finished with this quick, so in a little bit here, I'm going to get off for that. But after that, I'll be down to play. God dang face rig. I'm sorry, guys. It's probably a jittery mess. How does one exactly do art, you say? You get a pencil, and you draw. Kind of winging this one. It's a little bit janky, but it's working. That works. this is a little sloppy, but if it's bad enough, if I notice it enough, I'll change it later, but this is just to finish this up. Okay. Look at that. Then we add the pupper with that. We'll actually, I'll actually do this. Where's the puppy? Is that the puppy thing? Okay. So we'll move this way. Oh, this is all a mess. Turn that off. I'm just filling up the spaces so it'll look a little bit more cohesive. So we can see how this is looking. And we'll open up the rope. Well, it looks to me that Flash is frozen. I'm just going to wait here patiently and pray that it will unfreeze itself and it won't crash. Because I don't remember when the last time the autosave went. And that'd be a real mood killer. So, let's just hope that this will work. Oh boy, it's not working. Things are still not working. Waiting patiently. Please. Please. Work. Something's happening. Something's happening. You know, things are glitching out here. Let's stop the cap. My face rig is broken. Everything's breaking down. Everything's going wrong. The world is blowing up. Oh, now even the face rig program is just crashing too. I think my computer's melting down, guys. This is fun. And now we will wait for Flash to fix itself. Patiently. Oh god, I didn't even get a chance to like show the full thing. This is very upsetting. Oh wait. We're back. What the heck's happening? There. Then the rope. Alright, we're good. We're all good. Whew! It has been saved. Everything's Gucci now. Well, that was a doozy. Alright, let's play this and see how it looks. This is mostly pretty much done. I just got to do colors and the rope. But yeah. Get that out of the way. Looking pretty snazzy. Yeah, I'm digging this. I like it. It's nice. It's a nice little trot. And I will be doing this momentarily. But first, I promised you guys I'd show some Guardian stuff, so I'm going to do that first for about however 15 minutes or so. And then I'm going to be heading off. So, show you guys some more of that stuff. But yeah, in the meantime though, I'll be right back. I'm going to use the bathroom and get a drink of water. Then we can move on to that. But in the meantime, listen to the music, check out the animation. I will be back. All right, I'm back. Let's pause that and let's save it. It's already been saved. Okay. Now we can X out and feel good about it. Now, turn that down for just a second. All right, so what I have here in just a second is just some storyboard stuff. But again, it's nothing new. If I've shown you the storyboards from my last stream, if you were here for the last stream, it's anything new. I haven't done anything like super different. I've just tweaked some things that that needed to be tweaked. But I guess if you're really into this stuff and you're really excited for this, which I have no idea when this will be done, I have no clue. I am so far behind. I wanted to start this. I started this last, like the beginning of 2020, started drafting out some stuff, and even to now, I'm not even at any stage in animation or direction yet. It's just a lot of brainstorming and a lot of stuff like that. So, but yeah, let me just pull it up, I guess. So I guess, yeah, if you're really into this, you don't want to be spoiled. There's not really anything to spoil, but it's kind of all incoherent rambling. But it's just something. If you don't want to watch it, then don't watch the stream, I guess. Anyways, let's show what I have. All right, let's see here. So, lovely text. But yeah, just some stuff. The thing is too, if you've been watching me on the following on my YouTube account, I've been posting like pics of these storyboards every now and then. Again, nothing really super fancy or new, just, you know, gotten some framing done for it. And I have a long ways to go. But just some things, I guess. I guess I won't play through all this because it's pretty much just the storyboard of the beginning of the animation, but I don't know. Just doing framework, and I guess I have to do a lot of cuts and stuff, but yeah, what's it called? I've been thinking about changing this, or not changing this, but I wanted to do this animation fully, like from start to finish, just the full story in one video. But as I started progressing, I was getting to like 10 minutes, then 15 minutes, and even longer than that. And that was starting to become a concern because I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. It's very daunting to do a 20-minute animation. And then I started cutting stuff to make it shorter, and then it made the story like a little bit less concern, or not. It made it less. What's it called? it didn't have a direction after I started taking off stuff, because like, oh, I can't get rid of this. This is part of the story. But I started having troubles with that, and that's why I was having such a trouble getting this storyboard done. So I ended up thinking, you know, I think I'm just gonna end up doing, what's it called? I think I'm just gonna end up cutting it in half, doing a part 1 and part 2. Quirky Cadet donated $20. Holy crap, dude. I really appreciate that. That's really nice of you. Jeez. Well, thank you for the $20. I really do appreciate that. I'm at the loss of words. Now, where was I? Oh yeah. Yeah, so just things aren't coherent and things aren't working out by cutting stuff, so I'm leaving stuff in, but being so, it's going to be insanely long, and I don't think I can do it all in one go. So yeah. There's yeah, it's just a little bit of a framing. I gotta work on my backgrounds a bit more, but it's turning out all right, I guess. Things are looking pretty decent, at least in the beginning. I started off really strong with the storyboard. It was turning out to be like really, it was looking really detailed. I got backgrounds and stuff, and you know, framing and stuff like that. But once I got farther, it started getting less quality, which I need to update more, because even though I'm doing it really quick, or I'm trying to make it more quality like for the storyboard, it would make it'll help out way better during the animation process. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Let me show some other things too. Where is it? Oh, I didn't want to do that. Oops. Open. That's the button. Open. Sorry, it's taking a while to load, so give it a second. And that's another problem too I'm going to have to face eventually. My flash is very memory dependent, and even with like a really good setup with memory wise, it's gonna be a resource hog. So that'll be a problem once I start, you know, animating it and making it much, you know, more intense. I'll have to divide it out in parts. I've already divided it out with storyboard wise in parts like crazy already. Yeah, you can see like the detail gets a little bit, there's less less background stuff, really choppy stick figure stuff. Like I was just starting to rush through it. But yeah, I guess this is spoiler territory. I mean, the whole premise is it's them going on a fun little mission. They're fighting monsters, so that's all I can really say. So it's not really a spoiler, but they're fighting monsters. They're fighting a big blocky boy with arms and stuff. But yeah, here's some action scenes here. Just I still have to redo some things, but again. some cool stuff like that, but yeah, it's just them fighting, and I did a little retcon, well not retcon, but here in the beginning here. There's a part where it's kind of like some dream sequence when she's a kid, but she meets the Guardian in her dream. But it's supposed to, I made this little intro part because I kind of retconned something. In this, you kind of see what the Guardian looks without his suit or whatever, his powers. And this is kind of to signify that. But he's supposed to look like this. He has horns. That's the thing. I was like, you know, he's gonna be some cool imp-looking creature, so I wanted to put horns on him. So that's, I guess, a retcon, because technically you didn't have that in the previous animations, but it's whatever. Oh hey, IR Special just subscribed. Thanks, dude. I appreciate you. But yeah, he starts. It's supposed to just signify what he's supposed to look like when she was a kid, and then you go to the actual intro part, and this is many years later when she's an adult, and now he's an older dude with a beard and bigger horns, and he's grumpy. So that's something. Hopefully people will figure that out when they watch it. They're not going to be like, who the hell is this guy? What is he? Don't want to make it confusing, but yeah. They have all pictures and stuff. I don't know. It's looking pretty good, at least for the intro part. Still a butt ton of things to do for this. I don't really have much else to say. I mean, I guess, I don't know. Just been working on that. I have, let's see how many files I have. Whoops. Whoops. Missed that. Let's see here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 files that are. Elzaria, thank you for the follow. I have 8 files that are all storyboard files, and half of them I'm probably going to scrap. There's so many things that I wanted to finish this off on, and it's just been a nightmare trying to figure out how to end it. But now that I'm thinking about splitting it into 2 parts, I have more time. I already have an idea of how it's going to end. I have more time to really flesh it out, so it's less forced than before, and it's a little bit better. But yeah, that's the most difficult part about this, is trying to figuring out the story and getting that all worked up. Make a point to the story, have like some kind of lesson at the end, I guess. But it's gonna be some cool action shots. I've had some things such as just some cool bits of things, but I'm probably not going to show it because I don't want to spoil it too much. There are some things that it might be, I don't know. It might end, the first part I might have end in a cliffhanger of sorts because there is a part like that, but I won't Anyways, let's see what else I got here I can show. Oh yeah, dream sequence, I guess. Kind of mirroring the first part. It's like this weird, barren, like under the sea kind of environment that I was thinking of, like kind of the darkest depths of your mind, because the whole theme about it is like she has this third eye that can go see into people's dreams and stuff. She's clairvoyant, so it's all, you know, it's all stuff like that, like into people's heads, getting into people's heads and stuff. But yeah, this was like some sequence I was gonna have at the end, but I think I'm gonna scrap it because I don't know. Maybe I'll put it in. That's why I'm saving it. But just it's yeah, I have a lot. I've done a lot of storyboarding. Let's just say I've done a crap ton of stuff for this, and it's exhausting, especially when I'm like not gonna use a good amount. But yeah, I think I'm gonna head out now. I will once I finish this animation, the walking animation. This will be my main focus. This storyboarding and stuff. So maybe the next time I'll stream, I'll be doing that. I'll be, taking what I have right now and kind of not animating, but fleshing it out a bit more, as in like, coloring them in to have a white over a darker background, just to make the polish the storyboard a bit more, so that when I do go in the animation process, it'll be much easier because I'm, this slowly building it up, you know. Make the polished storyboard, then go for animatic, which is just a very, very rough animation. Then go the actual animation, and then the clean lines and whatnot. There's a lot of I still need to figure out too. Like again with the action scenes, there's just I haven't done any of those like grid lines, which I probably should do that. Figure out the environments that they're in. Figure out the placement, camera placement. This is where they're generally fighting at, some cool Dragon Ball Z-esque thing on the edge of the ocean with a mountain in the background. Kind of cool stuff. Um, I made it a very clear playing ground, so I can, don't have to focus too much on the background and just focus on the characters themselves. But yeah. Yeah, anyways. We'll continue this at another time. And if people are interested in like what I'm doing for soundtracks and stuff, I'm trying to get a good friend of mine, Ackroyd, to I'm gonna try to commission him to do the soundtrack for this. And that's another thing too about the length of this animation. If I want him to do the full score, the longer the animation, the more it's gonna cost. And knowing his work line and stuff, it's gonna be a lot of money. So I want to make this as condensed as possible so I can save money on it, because that'll be my main expense, is just buying music from him. But I know it would be good. It'll definitely be worth it because he's a really talented artist. But yeah, their main bad guy is an Enderman. Oh my god, Minecraft. Design is still undergoing change. Don't know yet. Cool action shots. I'm just going to be running through this whole thing. Yeah, anyways. Oh yeah, this is a cool shot. I like this one. Punches the ground. He jumps up on his arm and then slams him. Doing some My Hero Academia stuff right here. You know. Anyways, I'm gonna go now. I actually have to go. My wife's waiting for me. I need to go to walk the dog before it gets dark out. So, thank you guys for chiming in on this. We'll pick this up at a later date, and maybe I will stream later tonight for some video games. Don't know. My friend just got Phasmophobia, and I've been trying to get him to play it. So if we do manage to do that, I might stream it if my connection's stable. So, have yourself a good day, good sirs and madams. Thank you again for keeping me company while I was making that animation. I really do appreciate it. See you guys later.